In the chat if you're here. Don't say anything if you're not. What up, dudes? A lot of Mayday Monday going on. Oh, wait, I got to do this. I forgot. I always have to do this every day. It gets rid of that. What's up? Love the hat. Love you. Hello from an undisclosed location overseas. Mysterious, dude. Mysterious. That's a subscription. We have. Hold on, let me check this out. Classic Andy back for 27 months. That's 3 heckin' years. I'm here, Trevor May. Hey, team May. Hey, what's up? Methanol cereal. Yummy. Thank you for your brand new Prime sub. Using your Prime sub in the chat. Can I get some Team A ones in the chat? Woo. Woo. I don't know if you can use both of those emotes. I got to put all the emotes on the YouTube side. Actually, I forgot to check if my membership went through, chat. I'm so sorry. I apologize. CMJ02222, welcome back, 38 months. Yeah, just put a 1. If you're on YouTube, put a 1. Also, if you're also on YouTube, make sure that you like the live stream. That is how you get the stream into, frankly, the stream of streams that people are seeing. So, any baseball fans out there that are just like scrolling through YouTube at 8 a.m. on a Pacific time on a Monday, I would love for them to be like, whoa, I've never seen Trevor's show before. I should go check that out. You do that by liking. Also, if you're on Twitch, but you also have a YouTube channel or account, I guess, hop over there, give it a like real quick, and then come back. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. What's your favorite Mets games that you've pitched? Ooh, Daniel, I'm going to put that right now on my queue of questions to answer in one moment. I have some good answers for that. Also, someone asked why we were in the intro, where I got that A's hat that I have. It's Culture Kings, guys. So Culture Kings, I believe they do a resale situation as well, but it's a bunch of like third-party licensed gear from cool. It's just a bunch of really cool stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. But I'm really loving the corduroy hats as well. This one I got on TikTok Shop, though. I got to admit, by the way, need to stop buying stuff off TikTok Shop. If I see something on TikTok Shop that's interesting, I go look it up later because it crushes it's killing me. It's everything. It's all I get now. It's anything. If God forbid I buy some freeze-dried Skittles, right? And then suddenly it thinks I want freeze-dried Skittles every moment of every day for the rest of my life. It's deadly. It's deadly. Why did you leave the Mets in free agency? Well, there wasn't really an offer. They didn't really ask me to come back. That's kind of why. But that's normal. It's one of those things where I would have had to take it's like you go explore all the other options because they're like, don't want to pay you very much. But if you decide you want to come back and take a pay cut, we're in. So that's kind of what it was. It's usually like that. It's usually like that. Speaking of hats, you get to keep your uniform when you leave a team. Yeah, you get to keep 1 or 2 uniforms every single year. And then, like, full disclosure, like last year, you're supposed to pick 1 home and 1 away, and be able to like take 2 jerseys home. But last year at the A's, shout out to Matty Weiss in the clubhouse. The man. By the way, every clubhouse guy I've ever had, including Kevin Kierst, KK, my guy, though I didn't deal with KK very much. He was always awesome. KK with the Mets, Matty Weiss with the A's, and Hot Rod McCormick with the Twins. Love you guys. You're the best. Matty Weiss is like, hey, just take all your jerseys, bro. He knew I was retiring and stuff. So he's like, just take every single thing you want. We'll just, it's okay. Just take everything you want. Hey Ben, if you want to get a little bit of, or if you want some precursor for the A's information behind the scenes, go check out the vlogs that I put out last year. I put out a couple of them. I think there's 3 actually. I did 3 A's vlogs. Yeah, I did 3 A's vlogs. Go check it out. And you have a jersey? We might do a giveaway, Martini. We're gonna do some giveaway stuff, guys. I'm getting really excited about the potential of this show. I'm having a really good time. Do you get to keep the Players Weekend jerseys from a few years ago? Yes, I have both of those too. The Twins one from 2018 is my favorite. Probably jersey of all time. Favorite player I played against? Daniel Vogelback. I don't know, man. There's a lot. I played against a lot of guys. It kind of changed year to year. It's like guys I liked watching the most. Will you be the new White Sox pitching coach? No. No, I will not. No, I will not. Your last jerseys weren't the new Nike ones? No, they were Nike, but they weren't the new Nike ones. Are we breaking down David Fry today? We are, Elijah. We are. Okay, thank you for your segue. Guys, I need some information from you. We're going to do this at the top of every single show every Monday. I think this is a great idea. But what are we doing here? Is it desktop? We are doing. Who's the chat box hidden? Okay. We're going to do hidden chat. I don't know where to put the gosh darn chat on the screen, man. I feel like this is the best place to put it. It's not, is it? Maybe over here. Maybe like right above the focus field thing is the best place to have it at any given time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I like that. Let's keep it there. Okay. So we have, which you can't see it. Let me turn on my cam real quick. That's wrong. Overlay. So, two things. In the Discord chat, if you haven't joined the Discord, both sides, ! Discord. In the chat, we'll give you the link. Join the Discord. We have a poll of the day. Who starts for the AL at shortstop in the All-Star game? Gunnar Henderson or Bobby Witt Jr.? So we're going to go over these results in about an hour. So check this out. Do this, please. Just go in there. Show me you're there by voting. Appreciate it. Prove it to me. Thank you so freaking much. You guys are the best. Also, I'm going to make that a hotkey. I'm going to write that on my list. I need my sticky notes. And then second, nastiest pitches of the week. We're going to go over these at the end of the stream as well. Put your links in here. Nastiest pitches of the last week. If you saw Pitching Ninja, if you saw John Boy, if you saw Codify, if you saw anyone else, if you just saw it yourself and you went and clipped it and whatever, and you want to billboard your own goddamn Twitter, it's cool. Throw the links in here. We will go through these and we will give them a meh to a L. All right? All right. Go join the Discord and do that stuff for me. Thank you so much. And once again, please like the YouTube thingy, the YouTube stream. I appreciate you so much. What team is the best pitching lab? Okay. What team has the best pitching lab? That's interesting. Probably. Pale Guy, thank you for your brand new sub. Sorry, I missed that. CMG, 38 months. I think I said thank you, but I'm going to thank you one more time. And Daniel J, 90. Daniel, it's a joke, guys. Danny, thank you so much. 57 months, 21 months in a row. Good day, mate. Still working for another hour, but yell if you need me for anything. You know what? You focus on what you're doing, and then I'll see you in a bit. How's that sound? Sorry, you caught me off guard. Anyway, to answer your question that I was answering right before, and I don't. Oh, best pitching lab. Dodgers, probably the best one, followed by the Rays, followed by maybe the Twins, and that's just because of the results we've seen so far. Now it depends on what you mean by pitching lab. Like pitching lab could be just they go and put everything outside, and they have a good process for how they determine whether or not they can design pitches, or they have an actual physical lab built. And like some teams have that, some teams don't, but they're pretty close because you don't necessarily need it. Hot take, I think over quantification of baseball is ruining the sport. That's a very deep and question that has a lot of moving parts. Or not question, statement. I would like to hear more from you if you want to type that in the chat. What do you think? What do you mean by over quantification? Because quantification exists whether or not we look at it or not. So best pitching lab is wherever Hef goes. Pitching lab. So pitching labs insinuate like pitch design, like you're able to get the most information about your stuff. I think that's what you're trying to do more often than not. And Hef does have that skill set, but that's not his like main skill set, right? That's not like designing a new pitch isn't probably the thing he's known for, but translating what you're trying to do and helping you develop your own approach and way you approach to pitching, he is very good at. Mackey pitching live success. Yeah, I think Mackey built on we got Wes Johnson built the foundation there though, man. Like just look at Wes. Wes is I actually didn't see if Georgia ended up getting eliminated from the College World Series or not. Because I'm not really watching. But because I don't know, I don't really care about college baseball because I didn't play college baseball. I think I would care a lot if I did, but I didn't. I think that's the big reason. There's just too much baseball to keep up with. Hey, what up, Earl or Carl? Hello, how are you doing? What up, Ninja? So anyway, like, yeah, he was the guy. He was the guy. He taught me. I'm actually doing a video about how I learned to throw 100 miles an hour for YouTube. I'm going to work on it for the rest of the day after this. I got wiffle ball tonight though, so but until wiffle ball at least. And we're it was a lot, and it's basically how I went through from being drafted until when I retired, like all of the adjustments I made and how that increased my velocity. And I'm gonna like show you all the workouts and stuff I did and why I chose to do them because of the problem I was having at the time. And that's how you develop velo. It's not like you don't just go and like go. I think there is a distinct disconnect with designing or with trying to get better now for pitchers. Guys are doing it so young that the main goal is to get output, and then there's like, I think it's important to attach a use case to the change you're making. That is where it's the most meaningful. You're not just saying I'm trying to throw hard to throw hard. You're like, I'm trying to throw hard because when I do, X, Y, and Z happens. And I think that a lot of people teaching guys how to throw hard are like getting to the, oh look, now you throw hard part. And now what do I do with this velo? Like, what is this velo for? Do I throw a hard sinker and now that's going to give me a specific set of results I'm looking for? Or do I throw a hard rising fastball because that's going to give me a specific, like, what results do I need to see to tell me my velo is being effective? That's getting lost in translation. I understand that it's hard to do when you're 16, but like attaching to like, let's see what happens in the game now. Prime example is the golden child of Driveline, or the first guy, Casey Weathers. Casey Weathers threw cheese. Casey Weathers threw 100 to 102 almost every pitch, and he got absolutely shillelagh'd in Double A. Could not get anybody out. It's because he had the most ineffective 100-mile-an-hour fastball ever, and no one knows why. I know why. It was a dead zone fastball, and he didn't have very good command. So it was like, but he knew how to throw hard, and that got everyone excited, but he wasn't very good. Now, the chances that you are good go up when you throw really hard, but it's not a guarantee. So, do you want Pete Alonso hit home run off you? No. I don't care who you are. What? No. That's why I punched him out the one time I faced him. What's the easiest breaking ball to try to learn? Curveball. Curveball, Mattis. Just try to get it to spin the opposite way of a fastball. That's it. What's your hat mean? I miss modern baseball. It's a punk rock band from 2017, like from the mid-aughts or the mid-teens. Yeah, it's a punk rock band, and I've heard their music before. I'm not a huge fan, but I was just like, baseball. It's a cool hat. It's a hipster hat, and I like it. It's a kind of dad hat too. It's comfy. It's really like soft. It's like a soft cotton. Can we break down Tyler Rogers? Does he have a stellar season? I don't know if you guys knew this, but Tyler Rogers pretty much exclusively has stellar seasons. He's good every single year and gets no love. All right. You have more margin of error throwing harder, but pro hitters can hit velocity, not place well. Yeah, of course. Of course. Especially the more they see you and the more guys that throw hard they see. So you're just not gonna fool. You're not gonna fool major league hitters a lot, or for any length of time with just throwing fastballs. Now, if you are able to show that you have other stuff and continue to throw 100, you can continue to dominate. Like people had to think about Jake DeGrom's slider all the time. That was the reason, and then he was just pinpoint control and always the whole time. He had just phenomenal command. Is Tyler the normal one? Okay, first of all, Tyler is the submariner. Taylor is the lefty, and he is by no means the normal one. Trust me. I played with Taylor for 7 years. You think the splitter's a bad pitch to learn because of stress on the elbow? No, I don't. I think there is a proper way to do it. Just you need to do it slower. You need to learn a splitter more slowly over time. All right. What's your favorite fruit? All right, we're getting off the rails here. Let's get into our rundown of the show today. I'm very excited to present to y'all some fun. But let me get some background music going here. Just for now. You need big hands to throw a splitter. It doesn't hurt. Long fingers more than big hands, but those things kind of have come in handy. And don't be weird. Thank you. All right. What's going on with Camilo Duvall? We'll check it out. We want me to put Duvall on the list for check-ins. Just because. Boombox Gamer, thank you so much for the 50 bits. Can get some love in the chat for Boombox Gamer. By the way, guys, 100 bits TTS. I fixed it. I figured out how to do it. All right. So I'm gonna throw Camilo Duvall in here for you. But first things first. Right, better. Thank you. First things first. We have First things first, we have the news. It's the news. The news for this week, guys, and it's not a lot of good news. I'm so sorry about this. If you are a LA Dodgers fan, you can't be super happy and excited about everything you guys are doing all the time, I guess. So, unfortunately, a couple days ago, actually yesterday, Mookie Betts hit by a pitch, up and in, 98 up and in, got him right in the hands. He's really good at getting his hands out of the way, so this was kind of a crazy one. So if we watch this, like, look how this pitch sneaks in. Like, he's so good, usually, like, at pulling his hands back. Like, that's crazy. The fact that got him in the hand is actually pretty crazy. Like, look how good he is at keeping these close. Like, Ty France, right? He does this. Like, he puts his hands, like, right here, like, almost over the plate. He's constantly hit. But Mookie goes like this. Like, he's really good at, like, tucking his hands because he doesn't want to get it in the hands. And the fact that they got him, man, is crazy. It is a fractured hand, but they said no surgery. So, it's probably 6 to 8 weeks is what they said. 6 to 8 weeks, which we're very fortunate that we have 3.5 months left in the season. So hopefully, this is a first couple weeks in August kind of a return. But fortunately also for the Dodgers, no one's really, they're starting to pull away a little bit in that division like they do every year at this time. In that same sad place, we got Yoshi Yamamoto goes down with a strained rotator cuff. This one concerns me a little bit more, because strained rotator cuffs a lot of times are indicative of, like, overusage. And remember, Yoshi had to come back. He's not a big dude either, so let's keep that in mind. He had to come from Japan, so he had to throw more often than he's used to and use a different ball. So there was probably going to be a couple things. He was going to be rusty. He was going to struggle to adjust, and he's going to have some physical difficulties and physical obstacles to get over in order to stay healthy all year. He's got electric stuff, and just look at Shohei. Shohei come over. Shohei has had 2 Tommy Johns. Like, it's like throwing a baseball really hard is hard. So brutal for LA. But they have the personnel to weather this storm. I still think they're going to win the division. But yeah, losing one of your big 3, losing arguably one of your top 2 pitchers and then your top 3 hitters is not. I mean, he's a top. I don't even know where I'd put him in that top 3. I'd probably put him at he's probably their best hitter overall. I think he's their best hitter. He's a guy. I mean, I think I would rather face him barely over Freddie, but just because he's right-handed. Roki Sasaki got hurt in Japan. Dang, man. Japanese leagues usually have 6-man rotations. I think so. Yeah, well, you throw once a week. So unfortunately, 2 months for a bone to heal. I'm sure they have better doctors, physical therapy than average Joes. Yeah, I mean, but again, it's like a stress. It's like a very, very small hairline fracture. Those things heal a little bit faster. They got bone stems and stuff. It sucks. Bone stemming sucks. But because I did that once, I had to wear one on my arm every freaking day. With a day off for everyone. Oh my God, they have a day off every week. Why don't we do that? Why don't the major leagues do that? Oh yeah, I forgot money. It's about money. It's always about money. All right. So tough one for the Dodgers, but I think they'll be all right. I just the Yoshi one is interesting because that's just they say it's a list with the triceps injury for the fact that they thought it was tricep and then they went with rotator cuff. Rotator cuff. I don't F with rotator cuffs, man. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Next up in the news, Seattle Mariners, after taking 3 of 4 from the White Sox, arguably should have been 4 out of 4. They take down the Texas Rangers 3 straight times to take a 8.5 game lead in the AL West. They're looking pretty serious, even though they cannot score runs. Yeah, you don't want to tear it crazy. That's the thing. But when you strain something, that's usually a precursor for tearing something. We don't want that. Would you rather face Ohtani than Mookie? 100%. I would much rather face Ohtani than Mookie. One thing you need to know, guys, Shohei Ohtani swings and misses way more than Mookie and Freddie. I actually don't know if that's technically true. He chases more, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, no, Bradish went down? I didn't see Bradish went down, man. Was that yesterday? Or was that a couple days ago? So, just full disclosure, Fridays and Saturdays for me are like, they turn into catch-up days because those are the days that I have family time. And like Saturday, I worked in the garage and in the backyard all day, which was awesome. Mookie shortens on 2 strikes as well. Yes, and he's one of the best breaking ball hitters in the league. Right on right breaking ball hitters. I don't want to be that guy, but you had much better results for Mookie in your career compared to Shohei. I want to point out the nerd factor that what's Shohei 1 for 2 with 2 intentional walks. You don't count the walks because they were all intentional. I never walked Ohtani not on purpose. So you don't count those. That was my manager coming out and saying you can't face him, which drives me nuts. What do you think of girl announcers? First of all, let's women. They're grown women. I think they're great. I think there's some there's a little bit of a learning curve. And I know we're talking about Jenny Kavnar and everyone's like, ugh, her calls aren't great. There's a bunch of commentators with people that don't have great home run calls. I think we're nitpicking. I think there's a pretty clear reason why there's this scrutiny at a certain level for her and not for other guys that aren't as good either, who are kind of just like meh. Like, I didn't hear anyone, going off about Dick Bremer last year, and he was slowing down. I love Dick, by the way. Let me be very clear. But, like, man, he would go silent for, like, 4 minutes at a time. And people are like, oh, Dick hasn't said anything. But everyone's like, he's terrible. Get him out of here. Yeah, it's just not. There's no reason that's different, other than it's maybe a higher pitch voice. So I'm gonna, and I like Jenny a lot too. Jenny's a. I've worked with Jenny. I worked with her at the All-Star game. She is on top of shit. First of all, very smart. Second of all, she's never done. This is her first year ever doing play-by-play. So she did color, and she's done on the field, and she's done a little bit of play-by-play. But this is the first time where she was the one driving the ship. And Dallas Braden is a very, very, very good, very good color guy. But he will tell you, and I will tell you, right? Holy crap! Being like a Gary Cohen type, it's like one of the hardest things to do in commentating, because you have to fill air. It's your job to fill and drive conversation, and that is very hard to do. And then have an iconic call. It's hard. So yeah, and it's new. Like it's just come on. Can we get a little bit of a grace period, please? Think there's a broadcaster problem in general? Pirates broadcast felt like listening to the equivalent of watching paint dry. Guys, it's always been like, are we like, I think our collective consciousness is changing, not them. We absolutely idolize Vin Scully. But if you said, hey, not a crazy baseball fan right now, hey, 25-year-old, go listen to a Vin Scully broadcast from 1990, they would fall asleep. Vin is the man. He is the greatest of all time. Him and Harry Carey, these guys are the greatest of all time. But Vin Scully was not charismatic. Like he wasn't like exciting. He was soothing. Sims, I think Sims is awesome. I think he's one of the best. Yeah. The White Sox announcers trying too hard. I like the White Sox guys a lot. I miss Hawk Harrelson still, but yeah. Yeah. Vin's amazing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vin is amazing, but you wouldn't say he had a ton of energy, would you? That's his style. So why is it that we're saying that guys now are boring is bad, but he definitely had those times? And don't act like you guys would care about a story he's telling from 1972. Like you wouldn't. You like him because you're supposed to like him. I'm talking about younger fans now. I love him. I think he's great because I love baseball and I know what he's talking about. I know what his stories are because I used to freaking read baseball almanacs. I was a nerd. Anyway, side tangent. Seattle. Do we think Seattle takes the division? Because they are up by 8.5 games right now. But I went to a game the other day. Guys, I used my gold card. I don't know if you saw. I used my gold card. And I had probably my best engagement tweet of my career. 32. I said 33K. Are people unliking this video? This picture? That makes me really sad. 32,000 likes on this thing. Do you think they'll ever eliminate the pitch timer? No. What? No, they love it. They love it. No matter what everyone on the field says, they love it. It's 33K likes in our hearts. Not that I pay attention. What's the quality of these seats you get in the gold cards? It's the best seat in the house. Best seat they have available. So basically they say, I have some options. What type of seats do you want? And I say, you can say best available, or you can say, oh, can I get one like in the outfield stands? Like next time I go, I'm probably gonna go sit in the J-Rod squad section out in right center. Because I want to be able to see. I want to see if I can get a home run, even though no one ever hits homers there. So, but yeah, I got second row, first base side. Like when they basically they walked it off and they threw the water on. They were throwing water on him. Jorge Polanco was like his back was against the fence directly in front of me, and I want to be like Polo, but he would have been like whoa, like he would have been freaked out. I would have freaked him out. So I just kind of let him go. But like I was trying to get him and Mitch Garver's attention, and didn't get him. J-Rod Squad's the first to come. Yeah, J-Rod Squad's kind of, I'm going to be honest, that's one of their weakest ones. So anyway, sorry, let me get to what I was trying to say from the game. I went to this game, And first of all, it was the 7th inning by like 7:45. The game started at 6:40. So that's crazy. And I realized that I was like watching the hitters, and like, let's take this with a grain of salt. We had like, it was like the 27th best offense versus the worst offense. So we got to take that into consideration. But like the pitching was good too. Guys were throwing lots of strikes. So when guys got ahead, man, I felt like the pitching, I felt like it was like 1-2, and there was a timeout called every time by the hitter because it's too fast. And I have a theory that the pitch clock is, this year anyway, is slightly putting hitters at a disadvantage, and is part of the reason why the overall power around the league is a little bit neutered, is a little bit sluggish, because they're just like in a bad account, and they're like, just got to put it in play, and they're just hitting something soft and rolling over or whatever, because they're like, I don't want to strike out, right? So there is a adjustment happening here, but I feel like if hitters get ahead first pitch now, they have a better advantage than they had, or pitchers get ahead first, they had a better advantage than they used to, which is crazy. Mariners aren't that bad. They're 17th in wins in WRC. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. But I mean, in terms of like batting average, production, expected WOBA, like they were down there at the time. They've been better lately, but I mean, every single game was 3-2, 2-1, 2-1, 3-2. Like those were the 4 games against the White Sox. Thoughts on the College World Series and Tennessee's dominant performance? I on purpose avoid watching Tennessee because I absolutely hate their whole vibe. They're like the villains for me, and for literally no reason. I have no reason that I think that. None. This is based on like how they celebrated last year. Like I would watch them freak out every single time they did anything, and I was just like, man, I really hope you guys lose. And then I just never let go of that. Also, there's a little part of me that like I always, my whole career, because I played with so many SEC guys that came from SEC teams. Also, every single guy I played with went to Arkansas for some reason. And they love the SEC so much, they talk so much about it, that I would just actively root against every SEC team and everything just to be annoying. So that's going to get hard to break too. So like Tennessee, I'm always like, yeah, I want Tennessee to lose. You know why? No idea. Don't care. Because they celebrated weird one time I saw, and they're in the SEC. That's it. Boombox Gamer, 50 more bits? Is that the same thing? What just happened? Anyway. Is it true the MLB changes the baseballs every year? For a long time, I think they did, yeah. I keep forgetting that thing turns on every day to give me my sports talk radio. They deny because they own Rawlings. And yeah, they're actively like, hey Alex, everyone say hi to Alex. Say hi Alex in chat. One of my buddies just said, hey, I'm watching the stream. What was I saying? You threw me off, man. LOL. You threw me off, bro. What was I saying? Gosh dang. Oh, the balls. Yeah, they'll deny it all day. They did studies on the balls. They checked them out. I'll be honest, I was one of the ones that supplied some of those balls. Surprise! But yeah, the balls were juiced in 2019. That is indisputable. That is a unrefutable fact. But they still deny it to this day because guess what, guys? There are no consequences. Like, if we could prove it, if the players could prove that they did that and didn't tell us change equipment, there's some gray area in the CBA, and we could file a grievance, and then nothing would happen. So that's all there is. That's all there is. So, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think about the Mariners and what they're gonna do. Also, if you have not gone to the Discord and voted on the poll, who starts the AL shortstop in the AL All-Star game, go do it now. And I'm gonna do mine too. But I'm gonna hide it so you guys don't. Actually, will it tell me? I don't know. Let's see. Who am I gonna pick? Who am I gonna pick? Oh, it does tell me. All right, well, we're not gonna show that again. All right, more news. More news. I have one more news item I would like to talk about that's very, very interesting to me. The Red Sox steal a franchise record, a team that has been around for over 100 years, well over 100 years, stole 9 bases for the first time. And everyone's like, dude, how could they let this happen? How could Trevino let this happen? Well, you just watch Trevino throw the ball, and you tell me if he seems okay. Who should start? Who you think will start? Who do you think should? Who do you think should start? He is hurting, guys. I think his arm's hurt, and I think that the like you see how he's finishing. So here's what you watch him. Watch how he's finishing when he throws the ball. He's like recoiling. See how he's not going through? He's just kind of like going, It's because extending is bothering him. Something's bothering him in his arm, and the Red Sox know. They're like, Trevino can't throw the ball right now, guys. He can't throw the ball, so let's run. And they just ran and ran and ran. And you could tell he was like, oh my God, they figured it out. Like, Stroman's good with his looks, good with slide steps and stuff. He doesn't get stolen like this. Like, and he was probably like, dude, what the? Yeah, he looks like he's just trying to get rid of it as quick as he can, not throw it as hard as he can because he can't. Which, that's one of those things. It's kind of like, it's not quite like an outfielder, but like if Soto, right? If Soto's arm hurt, right, you can work around it. You don't need him to have 100% of a cannon all the time because he doesn't really have that great of an arm anyways. Like, he's got a fine arm, but it's not great. So like, if it goes from like average to below average, it's not that big of a deal, and you can still play and just like try to take it easy. But as a catcher, dude, it's tough. Stroke and quick pitch, yeah. Stroh's aware of this stuff. Stroh, like he's aware. He's trying to not give up stolen bases. So he wasn't slide stepping or anything. He also was a little more erratic. So maybe he was just like, he was like missing the zone a lot more than usual. So maybe he was just focused more on that, which that's something you do. Sometimes you just go, hey, whatever you guys are going to get, you're going to get. Now that one's probably inexcusable. So is that one. Yeah, he's hurting, bro. He is hurting big time. Stroman walks more batters in previous years. Yeah, the clock might have a little bit to do with it. Stroman did not even try to hold runners last night. So it was a combination of Trevino's arms probably not feeling super great, and Stroh didn't have great command either and was focused more on his mechanics than trying to be quick, which is a thing. That's a sacrifice sometimes you have to make to throw the ball over the plate, which is the most important thing. Locating your pitches is way more important than holding runners. Holding runners is very important as well. It's just not as important. So if you have to sacrifice one for the other, that is the way you're going to do it. Right? So, makes sense. But yeah, the O's are going to have fun if he's still like this. He's still like this. All right. Now I'm going to get into our main topic, and it is a news item, but this is our main topic for the day, guys. And I'm very excited to get into it. This was brought up last week. This was brought up last week. And this is the 2024 player poll. So the New York Times does a player poll every single year, and I was in these like 5 or 6 straight years. So 100 players are polled with a bunch of different questions about their peers, about the state of the game, about the commissioner's office, about all kinds of stuff. And they do their poll, and then some guys give their thoughts on it. And I want to get into it, and I want to tell you whether agree, disagree, break it down, tell you how like if that lines up with my experience, whatever. So I thought we'd get into it, and this came out actually last Monday, but like literally while we were live. So I wasn't able to like really get into it and read it and see what was going on until this week. So we're gonna do it now. I know we're a little late, but we're gonna do it. What up, Jason? How we doing, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but if you do anything on the streams, guys, over on YouTube, subscribe and make sure you like the broadcast, please. That gets me into the algorithm so people can see that it's here. And also on Twitch, following is great, and saying something, just say hello and join the Discord. Those are the things that I want you to do. They're all free. And the Discord is getting more and more like I'm trying to get the forums going. We're trying to talk about the games that are going on, and every team has its own forum thing. So if you go to Reddit a lot, if you're a /r baseball person, if you're hang out on Twitter, you have lists and stuff. My Discord is also one of those places that you'll enjoy. And then also, if you are in the Discord and you participate there, a lot of what you say and a lot of the things that you're participating in are going to probably make it into the show. So I would very much appreciate that. Tim received a gift from Crazy Roof. Crazy Roof, thank you, dude. Crazy Roofer. Anywho, all right, let's get into the polls. In last year's, almost 60% of the players spoke to predicted Shohei Ohtani would be playing for Los Angeles Dodgers in 2024. Surprise! Surprise. All right. So, the player poll, let's see if these guys were right or not. Who is the best player in baseball? Ohtani is going to be a high one. I mean, the way the guy hits, like I probably would have said Ohtani too. The way the ball comes off his glove, and then being I'm a pitcher, right? So as a pitcher, I respect the hell out of incredibly good hitters, but also I have an understanding of what makes a pitcher good, and he does both of those things. So it's very hard. Like he's like at the top of he's top 10 in the game in both. So I don't overall player, you just can't say anybody. Like there's no one else you can say. But if you go position player, he's not the best position player. So at 46% of our voting poll named a two-time MVP as their pick for best player in the sport. I agree. I would also say Shohei Ohtani overall, especially when he's healthy. And I would say Ronald Acuna Jr. is a top five. He's a top five for me. And any 2023 Ronald Acuna Jr. was maybe like just a scooch behind Ohtani, even with the pitching. He was that good. So, but I would say Mookie and then Freddie. I mean, I think Freddie's like in the top 7. But Ohtani, Mookie, Acuna, Judge, and probably Soto, Harper, and then in the back 5 are probably like Harper. Ooh, I like the Gunnar Henderson. Jose Ramirez he's a top 7. I mean, I would even put him in front of Jose Ramirez. Jose and Freddie together like are really close. They're rock solid defensively. Great bat to ball skills. Good pop. Credible producers. Like just wildly consistent. Neither one of those guys slump. Neither one of those guys slump. Think about it. Like, if you're like, ooh, Freddie Freeman's struggling, he's hitting 295. Okay. There's no comparison. Everyone has a comp. He's got no comp. Exactly. Just said that. It's tough not to go with Ohtani. Acuna's pretty close. I think he's the best baseball player in baseball right now. Probably. He's awesome to watch. He can do it all. Yeah, he's just impressive. I don't know, man. This is hard. And this, honestly, Trout's just going off residuals. But also he was like on pace for 7,000 homers before he got hurt. Greinke is taking a year off. Is still all positions in the top 10. I love it. Yeah, why isn't the You're right. Where is it? Hold on. I want the polls. Yeah. 2024 MLB player poll. I wonder why, actually. It says the percentages. I'm very confused. Oh, look, rates and barrels. I know them. Oh, it says it right here. Where are they, though? Where's the... Huh. Now I'm a little bit confused. Is there a different one? Is there a different article that's better? Oh, here we go. I don't want to watch a story. We're going to go over this one, too. What? I didn't know this. What? Okay, I'm having a good time now. Anyway, back to it. We'll look at the percentages. Okay, here's the percentage. We'll just read them then. Came in third with 8.8. So I like this one. I think this was right. Incognito mode? I don't know. It's not like there's stuff not loading. Oh, do you know what it is? I know what it is. So this browser has an ad blocker. It has a built-in ad blocker, and it's blocking the pictures. And I don't know how to turn that off. I have an idea. Okay, we're gonna make an adjustment here. That's interesting. Okay, first situation that I need to figure out how to fix. Copy. I'm just gonna pull it up in Chrome just for this. And we'll go back. So the reason I have Opera for this is because, it's a better thing. It's just better, just top to bottom. But it does block crap that I don't want it to block. So. They also don't have shit. Oops, I logged in the wrong one. Dang it. They also don't have Jesus Christ. Log out. Got it. Oh my god, the number of pop-ups, chat. It's funny, I switch over and it's like, by the way, you want pop-ups? We got pop-ups. I've been using Aura also. Okay, I think we got it. Maybe it somehow did not take me to the right link. So here we go. Oh yeah, the polls are here. Cool. Got it. Great. We can see it. All right, back to it. This is Timothy Chalamet. Say hello to Timothy. Okay. Shohei Ohtani, 46%. All right. There's Timothy Chalamet once again. Most overrated player in baseball. Jazz Chisholm, 20.3%. Yo. Okay, hold on. I got to read these bottom ones. Yordan Alvarez got 1 vote. What? What are you doing? Yordan Alvarez overrated, fam? Okay, Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Rendon, 10%. I mean, I don't think it's funny. Players aren't really. I don't think anyone is high on Anthony Rendon, so I don't think he can be overrated at this point. I don't think he's number 2. Carlos Correa, I think, is valid. He is clutch, though. Tim Anderson, at this point, again, he's been struggling so much lately, like last couple years, that I don't think he's overrated anymore. I think people get the idea. Jack Flaherty, I don't understand that one. It's weird. But again, I think we're going off like the hype for them a while ago and then how they've panned out, and that's not necessarily overrated because that hype doesn't exist anymore. Though for Jazz it does. Jazz got the front of MLB The Show. I think Jazz is electric. I like his presence and I like his personality, but he has this thing where he's on such a bad team that he looks a lot better than he is. And he's a solid player. He's an MLB player. He's a good player. But it's the same thing like Miguel Rojas. We talked about him all the time when he was on the Marlins. He was like their captain. He wasn't their best player. He's a solid player, and now he's with the Dodgers, and we're seeing like the type of player he's on a great team. Like last year, I was like our best reliever. Am I like the best talented reliever on the team? No, not even close. Right? I was just on it. Like, am I one of the best relievers in the league? No. No. It was one of those situations where I would have been the number 3 out of a good team or number 4 guy out of the pen of a good team, and I'm the number 1 on a bad team. Like it's one of those things, and I agree with this. I would say Jazz is probably overrated, yeah. But he's created that, and I think that there's something to that. But when it comes to how much he's talked about versus how good he actually is, that's the one that kind of butts heads with me. I would also say Ellie. I would give Ellie maybe a little bit of that too, simply because he is the most streaky mother effer on the planet, and he just fell off. You know, he's hitting 210 again. Yeah, he steals lots of bases, but like, he's electric, but he just doesn't play the game. He doesn't have a holistic game plan yet, but he's 22. So I'm holding out hope. But so far, I feel like we're talking like he's at a level that he's not at yet, if that makes sense. Bryce Harper? Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'd say you can make the case at times because Harper's, getting older and deals with stuff. Garrett Cole, what are you talking about? Juan Soto, what are we talking about? Who are these players? I feel like these guys are just trolling. Like, this is a Yankee. This is a Yankee. Spencer Strider, yeah, maybe. Yamamoto, Yelich, Dever. What? Javi Baez. Who is overrating Javi Baez? Nobody. Nobody's Javi Baez over Ellie's 118 OPS plus is fantastic. 118's pretty good. That's a 118 OPS plus isn't fantastic. It's pretty good. Like, it's well above average. It's a good. It's probably all-star level, but I'll put this in perspective for you. Jorge Polanco has a 115 OPS plus for his career. So, let me just, does that give you enough context? Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's having a bad year. He's having a great year. He's having his best year, but he's still hitting 212 and still throwing the ball into the stands all the time and still running himself on the bases sometimes. Like, he's got potential. He's just not there yet. I'm just saying he's just not there yet. We're acting like he's getting there. He's close, and he's not as close as people think he is. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing I'll say. But am I super excited, and do I want him to become like a perennial MVP? 1,000%. It'd be freaking awesome. I want guys like that to be the guy. He's just not the guy yet. So I get that. I get that vote. Several players asked the head to call anyone the pro level overrated. I just feel like this game is too hard, said one AL pitcher. I don't want to be talking bad about someone else's game. I don't think that's talking bad. That's just saying being overrated or rated is based on media and social media and stuff. It has nothing to do with the guys in the clubhouse. One notable data point is Bryce Harper, who received just one vote despite making up almost half the votes for the category back in 2018. Yeah, and then he did what he did in 21-22. 22-23. 62% of the responses in 2019 said one player is informed of this. It's not Bryce anymore. Wait, what was this? What was this one? On Rodriguez. Did someone go Julio? There's one vote on Julio. Okay, well, who said the Julio? I think he's a great player, but he's rated so high. Throwing him around with Trout and Acuna these days, maybe eventually, but not. But right now, I don't know if you can say that. Oh, true, 100%. Could be a spite bake. To be honest, I feel like he does his walk and hit singles. He doesn't hit for power like he's portrayed. Also, not a good fielder. The guy hit 31 homers last year. Hey, Nerd Factor, same. I very much wish that too, dude. He hit 31 homers last year. So, putting aside their stats and going solely on vibes, who do you want most on your team? Must be someone the player's not friends with, doesn't know well. Oh, yeah, okay. Number 1, Mookie Betts. Agree. I would love to play Mookie Betts. And I believe, so Mookie's number 1, as he should be. I fully agree with that. I think this is completely based. I think I saw Schwarber in here. Kyle Schwarber, 4.2%. I would say he should be second. I've heard nothing but great things about Schwarber. Just the fact that Stubbs is on here and Schwarber's on here, both of them are in the top, whatever, means it's just a pretty good representation of the Phillies clubhouse and what they love. Because Garrett Stubbs is a backup catcher who isn't hitting anything right now, and they love him. Is he starting now, actually? He is. JT's down, huh? I think Ellie will smooth out some of the rough parts of the game. So do I. Okay. Solely on vibes. I also think everyone wants Lance Lynn because he's just a wild card, man. The guy, he hit 35. Yeah, he 35 homers last year. No pop. Silly. Lance Lynn, everyone, Lance Lynn's the guy in every clubhouse who just doesn't give a fuck. Sorry, pardon my French, but I don't know how else to say that. He does not give a shit at all. So if there's something stupid, like if there's something stupid going on, he's like, that's stupid. I don't want that stupid. I hate it. And everyone's thinking it, he'll say it. You need that guy. You need one of those. Now, sometimes that can backfire on you a little bit, but I was in a clubhouse with Lance Lynn for half a season in 2017 when I had Tommy John, and he definitely is that guy. And he's pretty funny. He's a pretty funny dude. I love it. So agree with that one full wholeheartedly. Mookie Betts, dude. Vibe check. Let's see what they said in their own words. Never met him, but I've been a big fan of him for a long time. I don't know what that means. Freddie Freeman, he's clutch, consistent day in and day out. Okay. Class now. Great vibes, great energy, brings personality with him. I like that too. His energy on the mound is contagious. This is a bullpen guy. I love that. Love that bullpen. I love Liam. Liam's one of my favorite people. But Liam's chatty. Liam's a gabber, and sometimes it's hard to get him to stop gabbing. So sit next to him in the bullpen at times, I've heard, can be a lot. Okay, he's a gabber. He's pretty gabby. On Ryan Presley, he's my favorite pitcher to watch. He's electric and kind of gets overlooked how good he is. Nah, Press sucks. I don't agree with this. Ryan Presley is a garbage can. Just kidding. I love Press. This isn't Astros hate. This isn't anything. Just for full disclosure, I went to Press's wedding, so I like Press a lot. He's my homie. Gleyber Torres, I think he's pretty vibey. He does seem pretty vibey. At first, guys, not a huge Gleyber Torres fan right here. Lately, though, he seems like he's having a good time, so that's all right. All right, evaluate this statement. Anthony Rendon was right. The season is too long. No? 68% of guys said no. And do you know why they say no? It's so funny. This is the most transparent shit I've ever seen, right? Because everyone who said no thinks that if they say yes, that would mean they get less money. Literally. Wait till you see the comments. They assume shorter season means less pay, and so they're against it. That's it. So it's all about that. That's all they care about, which is so funny. You can say the season's too long or has too many games and still get the same amount of pay, man. Like that's not how this, but they just, I don't know. It's just not, I don't know why that's a thing that I want to pull my hair out when we go to lockout stuff. I'm like, guys, like, I know you think these things are like directly correlated, but that correlation was created by us. We can change it. It can change. Like if there's not 162 games, that doesn't mean that pay has to like reduce by an exact amount of money. Like that's what we're talking about. Changing that. Like that's but they just like, especially guys who played through the COVID season, they just think that like, oh, every game is worth a certain amount of money. It's not. It doesn't have to be. But again, neither here nor there. Just like this will actually surprise me a lot. I thought it'd be closer. I actually thought it would be mostly no, because I think that there is a collective mindset of if you don't want to play more games, then you're soft, because everyone thinks of Mamba mentality. We talked about this last week, and we all like to laud Kobe Bryant and everything he ever did and how he's the greatest thing that ever happened to sports. But he was also kind of an asshole. So we were just talking about how you don't necessarily need to do that to be very good. Look at Jokic. I love that Nikola Jokic has won 3 of the last 4 MVPs and would rather be training horses than basketball. That makes me so happy. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, I would say less games, but in the same amount of time. I would say like do 148 games and then 14 more off days. That would be huge for player health. It'd be massive. Literally the same exact number of total days with just more off days built in, and you just spread them around a little bit more. That's it. That's it. And then just like stagger it. So there's still always baseball. There's just not as many games. That's just it's a pretty easy situation. And the problem is we've gone to a place where we have so many games that we can't go backwards because that'll mean less money for the owners. So I guess they are kind of right, but about the money thing. Okay. So let's see. In their own words, those who voted yes, it's grinding the hat, but I think there's worse things we could be doing. Okay, so again, it's hard, but I'm not soft. I'm not soft. It could be worse. It could be worse. Yes, but that's the easy way out. Easy way out. We get paid lots of money, so we have to because we're paid what we're paid. No. Again, that's no. That's not a reason. That's called capitalism. Like, if we're going by the number of games, like we shouldn't be paid this much. If we're going by that measure, if we're measuring like, oh, we make lots of money, so we should therefore work more, then we don't work enough. Not even close. If we're truly trying to go by like what would make you worth $30 million, it'd be playing 5 games a day every single day. That's what that would make that worth compared to other people. But that's not how we measure these things. So again, I'm not soft. We get paid lots of money. I'm not complaining. Guys, we're so worried about looking like we're complaining, but you can just say things like, hey, it would be better if this happened, but this is what we're doing. There's no reason we can't reform it to make it 120, 25 games with more off days and recovery. The game is made for us to get hurt. True, but it would ruin records, and the world likes records. This is the most based one there. This one. This is the most consistent. Now, I don't agree with the 120, 125 games. That's probably too many. But you could shave off like 10 games. It could be 152. It could be 148. And that would make a massive difference. Shouldn't training also count? Kind of, yeah. Play 30 games in spring training too, guys. It's like you play 200 games. 200 games. 200 games in a year. That's crazy. That's insane. Insanity. Record concerns actually a good point. I get that. But again, like, you just start a new era. Just say, okay, like, just like we don't talk about dead ball era stuff with the live ball era. We have an era change already. We don't conflate those things together. We say, oh, things in the, in 1898, the dead ball though. Like, we already have asterisks. Just do another one. There's a lot of layers to that. I don't think it's easy as yes or no, but I would say he's right. I love the way the guys just like just tiptoe around it. I think we could use like 15 fewer games. That's what I'm saying. Start camp later. Spring training is too long. Maybe we start games in spring training. We don't play as many games in spring training. I think getting down there and like playing inter squads and playing scrimmages and throwing lots of bullpens, and then playing like 10 less games in spring, I think that would be plenty. But again, it's for hitters. The hitters are the ones that struggle the most. They need all those games. They need to get at bats. Nothing crazy. Oh, votes vote. Okay, this is my favorite. Those who voted no. It's long, but I don't see the problem with it. It's not like football where they get their asses beat. Just see, this is what I'm talking about, guy. This guy went to an SEC school. 1,000%. I would love to be able to verify this. This would be great. He's just like, football's so much tougher. It's tougher impact-wise on your body. Yes, it is. That's true. But they also don't use, like, for example, a pitcher. They don't use one body part like we do, like pitchers do. Like, rest is important for both. But I think the football season is the right amount. It's for what, 4.5 months? That's the right length. Ours is 6 months. Theirs is 4.5 months. But theirs is 4.5 months because they get their asses beat. That makes a lot of sense. But ours is a slow burn. Also, football players get a day off a week. Minimum. They get one whole day of nothing. Baseball players get one a month usually. 1 or 2 a month. And one of those days might be spent traveling because I fucking hate teams that do that. Okay. The length of the season, what kind of separates the big boys from the one-timers. But that's what makes Garrett Cole special. 32 starts every year, except for this one. I've never been a position player. Can't comment how they feel about this year, but 32 starts is perfect. So, okay, so we got 2 starting pitchers that are like, I play once every 5 days. Okay, cool. Starting pitchers love it. F that, I get paid more. Though, you're not paid because there are more games, idiot. You're an idiot. I'll say it. That guy was my teammate. I'm like, dumb. Deeper. Think a little longer. Read a book in the last 10 years. Anyway, I've been doing this. We've been doing this for 150 years. Anyone complains it's soft. Mamba! This guy's tweeted the Kobe Bryant soft. He tweets that once a week. Don't mind the 162 part. I think the schedule could be spread out even longer. See, that's it. So if there's anything, there just needs to be more off days interspersed. That's it. I think that's what we're coming to. Whether that is reduce the number of games so that we can create some of those within the same amount of frames, or we add 2 weeks onto the season, then add 2 weeks more, of off days in there. I think this person's like, we need off days. Off days is what we need. Wasn't there like 128 games years ago? 154 games. Yeah. Until the 1960s, and then what happened? Money. TV happened. That's what happened. The literal reason they added 8 games, guys, was because of TV. 2 weeks left of spring training games to start in the regular season? Yeah. Why not? The fact the Orioles are playing 30 games in 31 days is insane. I'm sure they're all exhausted. Imagine trying to play every single, being Cal Ripken Jr. What? Anyway, which team would you sign with if contracts, state taxes and rosters were not a factor? Ooh. So where do you want to live the most? Atlanta Braves. Guys, why do you think the Atlanta Braves are number 1? I'll wait. Why do we think, write it in the chat, why do you think that Atlanta Braves won this? What would be the biggest factor? It's not strip club. They grew up there. Exactly. It's in the South. And half of the league is from the South. Everyone's from the South. Exactly. And Atlanta is like a very, very it's one of the best southern cities. A lot of people says that. Would love that. I fully agree with that. I think Atlanta is an awesome city. But yeah, everyone wants to go there. Like basically everyone who plays in Florida. So just think about it this way. If there's like 10%, like 10% of the league's from Florida. Right? Everyone lives there, but you have the Marlins who suck and don't draw. Then you have the Rays that no one wants to pay for and they don't pay anybody. So what does that leave you with? The Dodgers. Is hot, busy, and homophobic. I mean, all of those things probably are I mean, that's kind of that exists everywhere, but like it is hot and it is busy, but it's also a major city. So they had Pride Night, so I don't know. Atlanta's overrated as a place. In terms of big cities, though, where they have baseball teams, it is the best option in the South. And then look, let's go look. Texas Rangers are 4th. Yep, Dallas. So Dallas, LA, Boston, Atlanta. You're noticing this thing. New York Yankees. It's like a special place. 6.9%. Giggity. Chicago Cubs. San Diego Padres for the vibes, dude. Philadelphia Phillies. Don't really understand that one. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Arizona Diamondbacks. They probably don't want to have to move from spring training. Would you play for Atlanta if you could? Right now? Frick yeah, dude. Seattle Mariners. So Seattle, as the West Coast goes, unanimously, almost every guy I talk to, especially in the AL side's like, of a West Coast city, which one do you like going to the most? Everyone says Seattle. Just because The hotel is in a really great place. It's usually beautiful in June. Like, dude, the other day at the game, it was 72 and sunny. It was incredible. And then the food's really good, and we have incredible sushi. Like, there's just a lot to do around the hotel, and it's not. There is an unhoused population here. Obviously, a lot of people know that. So that is a thing that people get pissed off about. You're going to see here in a moment because no one wants to sign with the Giants. But it's beautiful, clean, and super nice right now. All right, let's see what they say on the Braves because I was a Braves fan growing up. What? No way. I would sign with the Braves knowing that what I know. If I didn't know, I would sign with the Braves knowing what I know. I don't know what that means. If I didn't know, I don't know what you know. I'd probably try and play 1 year for the Red Sox or the Yankees. Just the experience. Yeah. So the Red Sox are up there too, Fenway. It's just like, it's the Red Sox. Right? I would have much rather played for the Red Sox than the Yankees, but I did the New York thing. And I had a soft spot, and I hated the Yankees growing up. I did. I liked the Red Sox. I was so excited when they beat them in 2003. And my grandpa grew up, or my grandpa was in the Navy in Boston for 6 years, so he was like a Red Sox fan too. So there was a little bit of that. Like my dad grew up liking the A's. They just like the underdogs. They like the guys who haven't won a lot lately. That was just kind of my family thing. I love that stadium. I do too. Truist is awesome, man. It's very yellow sometimes, which is weird. Like in Twilight, it gets very yellow in there, it's a weird phenomenon. On the Padres, San Diego's beautiful. Of course it is. San Diego's freaking sick, dude. Sick. Who was the comedian who said San Diego is like the most liberal Republicans he's ever seen. Like they're like, yo, build the wall. What he say? Or like MAGA. Sorry, not Republicans. MAGA. The MAGA liberal at the same time. It's like build the wall, but I also do shrooms. I was like, that's good. That was a good joke. Because they do that. Fenway Park is basically a museum. True. I would have played in Fenway too, even with all the tiny little stuff. What organizations have bad reputations among the players? That's not surprising. 40%. Oh shit, this is over half actually. The worst organizations are the A's. I get that. It's all you got to pay for that. Everyone's like, David Justice had to pay for the soda once in that movie. Is that true? And I'm like, no. But also they don't seem like they know what they're doing, and then the team, the team's moving, and their owner sucks, and all this stuff, and sell the team. Like it looks like a situation no one wants to be in. That's by no one other than John Fisher's fault, but that makes a lot of sense. Not surprising. Chicago White Sox are just a shit show right now, and they've had controversy. They're up there with the Mets right now, with just the amount of crap they deal with. But they are consistently terrible, and they have not been good in a very long time. They have not won a playoff series since they won the World Series 18 years ago. They had the longest streak of not making the playoffs. Is it rumored that Rockers prefer players who are Catholics? I don't. Those are going to keep running. Those are going to get lower and lower. So the Rockies just don't really try to win. Oh, and it's really hard to pitch there. So, like, no pitcher's like, I want to go to the Rockies. So, like, you can say these were probably all pitchers. The Angels, again, it's like Art Moreno. It's just like you just don't know what's going to happen. You're going to get your money and then hope you guys are good. The Pirates aren't going to spend any money. The Mets, it's the media they're worried about. The Rays is the money. The Marlins is they're not very good. San Diego is like, there's been things about their clubhouse not being fun to be in. And then the Yankees, Nationals, Royals. I don't know why the Nationals and probably Nationals because it rains all the time. The Royals because it's too hot, and the Yankees are New York. So let's see. A's, have you seen what they're doing to the city of Oakland and their fans? That's on the fan side. Doesn't seem like they want to win. True. I've heard Oakland's pretty rough. Sacramento for 3 years. I've been to that ballpark before. Can't find something better. Exactly, fam. White Sox never heard a good thing. True. Unlike some other bad teams, they have even more potential to be good. Exactly. They should be much better than they are. It's very much like the Angels. The Yankees voter was definitely Gallo or Hicks. I'm going to say one thing. I think Gallo has a better case than Hicks, but yeah. I still feel for Gallo. Gallo's like, dude, I did my best. I couldn't get out of it, and it was very hard to do here. And then he got dragged by Michael K, and I was out on that motherfucker. After that, I know he's come around a little bit on me, but like that was just unnecessary. Okay. The Rays, when it comes to time to pay players, they use to trade them. True, they get rid of when you want to get expensive, and they're not player friendly. They are player friendly. They do care about you, but only to a point. They do make you better, so I don't think that's fully true. But they don't pay, and also their stadium is built on a big block of concrete, and it hurts my back every time I walk in there. 3 true outcomes is hard to succeed. It wasn't Gallo's fault. Well, it was Gallo's fault. No. Let me be very clear. Guys, his performance was 100% his fault. He did it. Like, he underperformed. But I think when someone's struggling to a point, your criticism can only go so far. And it started to get really, 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 like to the point where the goal was to now beat him down and make sure he is miserable as opposed to like criticizing. And then he said the things like, it was just hard to play in New York. I didn't handle it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm glad that I was able to get out of there. It just didn't work out for anybody. I thought that was a really honest, vulnerable take. And then Michael K shit on him. That's why I didn't like that. He just shit on him. He said a bunch of things that Joey didn't say. Like he was acting like Joey was like, oh, it's the fans' fault. Oh, it's this. He didn't say any of those things. He just said, it was really hard for me. It's a unique place to play. I didn't understand how other guys did it. I just couldn't. I read it, and I was just like, dude, you are just trying to get clicks now, and this is what drives me crazy. Okay, on the Angels, I've heard that they treat their minor leaguers like crap. I have not heard that one, but organizations run pretty poorly. Yep. Art Moreno, general dysfunction. Yep. Been there, done that. Never heard anything good. Never heard anything good about them. True. No, I've known so many guys that have gone through there. It seems like everybody there is just kind of trying to figure it out. True. They actually have money and they just won't spend it on players. True. I don't know what's going on over there. True. Rockies, it's better now, but I was there. It was horse shit. It's like going back to the Stone Age. Yeah. Also, they don't do analytics. They're really against them. It's very, very much like a mom and pop shop. Like, we're cash only. Yeah, the Rockies are like that cash only restaurant that isn't available on DoorDash. You guys know what I'm talking about? No quotes. Is it more media than constant front office turnover, at least lately? About the Mets? Yes. I think it's more about media controversy constantly that's annoying because that's what they see. That's what people on the outside see, including other players. And a lot of the front office turnover is because of the media, is because of the pressure put on. I talked about this earlier. They got rid of Jorge Lopez because they had to, because it was a media shitstorm. And that's what happened. Because they had to. And there's very few other places where that would have needed to happen. They could have just like IL'd him and like let him figure it out, right? Or just got him help. Obviously, though, I got to be very clear about this. If the player doesn't want to do that, then there's nothing you can do. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe that was offered and he just said no. Which is entirely possible because some guys just don't want that on their permanent record. They can't go on the IL for mental health. I did. I'm glad I did, but not everyone can do that. So who knows? But that's a good like they get the pressure quickly like that. Zod TV 59 months. Yo, what up? Clutchy 41 months. Welcome back, bro. Amazing Bolts with 10 months as well. You guys, I love you guys. You ever get to sign the wall at Fenway? Twice. I did it twice. I did the second one on accident. Thoughts on Royce Lewis? Ooh, I'll put him on the list and we'll do breakdowns here in a moment, guys. Breakdowns here in a moment. I know this is taking a little longer than I thought it would, but I'm having a really good time. What's the most irritating criticism of current game coming from former players? Hi, guys. Former player here. I wonder what criticisms we're going to say because this was something I was very vocal about. And honestly, can I tell you a secret? A lot I've come around. I've seen both sides. I understand where people in the media are coming from now. I understand the way the way you can get people to give what you're saying a chance is to be, there's a line, and sometimes you're playing hopscotch with it. I've already struggled with it. I'm trying not to clickbait, but my God, it's like impossible to do anything. You think the Phillies can make a long run in the year's postseason? 100%, dude. T-Bone, yes. Yes, we'll get into that in a second, too. All right, let players answer the question however they saw fit, and they gave us a variety of wide-ranging responses. Okay, in their own words. Most irritating criticism of a current game coming from foreign players. We're having too much fun. I don't think anyone's saying that in those words, but that's what they mean. I think everyone gets tired of hearing it, but let them celebrate and have fun. True. The bat flips. Complaining about pimping homers. Yeah, I like all those things. I've always been someone who's like, there needs to be such thing as too much. Do you guys agree with that? Does that make sense? Like, is there a line? Or is it just open-ended? Ooh, JJ Bleday. Ooh, we're going him too. I like JJ a lot. He's gotten really way better. So do you guys think there should be a line? Do you think an MLB player has hit it? Yeah, I don't think so either. But again, belligerent. Remember, the longer we go, the more these guys will have been doing this in high school and then in college and then bringing it into the big league. So we're just going to see it more and more. It's one of those things like, let's keep harping on the fact that there is a line, because before we know it, there won't be. Look at your dugout, fling the bat ball in it. Yeah, like, look at your dugout. Like, I think I like my my guidelines. Look at your teammates, look at your team, look at your people, and don't look at the other team. If you just don't, it doesn't need to be you punking somebody. If you're punking someone, but again, if you're punking someone and then you get punked back, there needs to be no it needs to end there. And that's the thing that's not happening. It's like Josh Naylor doing this and them getting eliminated and he going, I thought that was awesome that they were on me for that. I tried it. It didn't work out. We lost and they won. And I was like, exactly. He was like, if I do this, there might be consequences and I'm okay with that. That is perfect. That's perfect. Punked, and then you get punked back and then it's over. The problem is dudes who do the punking get punked back, they can't handle it, and then it just keeps going, and it becomes a thing. That's when it's like, you weren't just celebrating, you were trying to get a response, you got the response, and then you got all insecure. That happens more often than not, especially with a bunch of macho dudes. So, anyway. And I'm not talking about plunking him. You don't have to hit him, just like, if I punch you out next time, I'm going to give you one of these, whoa! Like, and you can't get mad about it. You can't get mad about it. And then we're talking about, but homers are harder to get than strikeouts. That's all I have, man. What am I gonna celebrate you rolling over? No. Strikeout's the best thing I can get. So you celebrate the best thing you can get. I'll celebrate the best thing I can get. We'll go from there. And as long as both sides are cool with it, I'm cool with it, right? You have to understand the players today are so damn good. Overcall the current game's degree of difficulty. The length of lineups and the length of pitching staff has changed even in the past 7-8 years. True. Lack of respect for difference in pitching quality. Yes. Oh my God, the Greg Maddux shit. If anyone says, why did no one pitch like Greg Maddux anymore? It's because you can't throw the ball 8 inches off the plate and have it called a strike over and over again. If Greg Maddux had to bring the ball into the zone today, he would get hit way harder than he did. Now, I don't know how hard he would get hit, but he would get hit a lot harder. He would. He would have a lot more clunkers. That is for sure. For sure. You know what I mean? So we, by the way, my last umpire video, we went into Angel Hernandez. We did a breakdown of that start, and there were some of the craziest pitches called strikes I've ever seen. I do think there has been an oversaturation celebration. Save it for the bigger moments. I don't need a TikTok dance for double in the third inning. I don't know. I don't think anyone's doing a TikTok dance. It's always like really quick. It's just like we call it a remote handshake. So like having something you do on second, like the Dodgers do that, and then the dugout does it back. It's a handshake. You're doing a handshake just across the field. That's fine. Royals end of season record prediction. Real quick, I'm gonna throw this out here. 92-70. 92-70. Book it. Book it. They're far too removed to understand how hard the game is. No, they understand how hard it is. There's just no repercussions. So I got to be very clear about this, guys. I remember how hard it is. I'm still going to talk shit because I can. So you go from having to say something and then back it up later to you can say something and not have to back it up anymore. I just prefer to be self-deprecating. But I understand where some guys come out here and just like and honestly though, like we're trying to make a case. Like I think I try to come from a place where every single guy in the major leagues could be a star. It's possible. So I could be wrong and I'm okay with that. But from what I see right now, they're not. That's what I try to do. I try to keep it open. Like this guy could just completely, I could be completely wrong about that guy and I'm fine with it. As long as I come from that, try to be honest from that direction, I'll be all right. I hope. Hypnos RL with the brand new sub. Let's get some Team A ones. My water just spilled all over me. What the hell just happened? Let's get some Team A ones or some Team A raves in the chat. Yo, what up, Chica? How we doing? Thoughts on the Bauer situation? I'm not going to talk about that anymore, unless something's changed, but I don't think it has. Okay, too many strikeouts, 3 guys in the league threw 95, and now the first guy from the bullpen throws 100. True. It's the same game. I don't think that's true. It's fortunately us, the talent's way better across the board. I don't know if this is true either. I think that, okay, let me put it this way. I think the ceilings of the players historically have been pretty close to the same. Like the potential of talent in the league has always been very good. And I don't think you can, like even Babe Ruth, right? Everyone's like Babe Ruth, blah, 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 blah. But Babe Ruth had what he had when he lived. Now, if he came back here, maybe his physical talents made him good then and it wouldn't translate as well. But do I think he would have gotten to a level and been able to figure it out? I would love to see what the brain then did for him. And that's what we're doing now. Like, we can figure out how to get the best versions of more guys now. So there's more guys fulfilling their potential. Does that make sense? It's the same game played at a much higher level. Yeah. And I think that by its nature ups the difficulty of the game. All right, toughness. This one. I agree with you guys on this one. I remember. I think a lot of them say some guys don't run hard. I think guys are a little bit better at managing their bodies now. True. I think that times we maybe lean on that a little too hard, but it is what it is. You hear older players say the game is a little softer. I just think the game has changed. They also say pitchers only care about velocity and stuff. I don't think that's true. I think pitchers are still pitchers down to their core. The main focus is to get outs. We found different ways to get it out. I'll go about it. All the best facts. All the best facts. Game's a little softer. It's because we can't afford to do all the tough guy shit that they did. Like, we can't do it anymore, guys. We can't. There's this group of guys who played like in the 90s and 2000s. They're like, yo, I did this and I did that. Like, I used to go out all night and then I used to go play. Yeah, you used to pop a greenie and just be okay. Those don't exist anymore. Can we stop acting like, that was just like same? We don't have the same shit. We have things called drug tests, right? You can't just rip a rail of, like, if you don't think guys were just like, they were. I can't tell you who, but it definitely happened. There were uppers being used to play the game because you had to, because there's so many goddamn games. Anyway, we complained too much. Back in my day, we had all this stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's just a classic. I had to walk 4 miles to school uphill both ways in the snow. They're not starting fistfights with 40-year-old Nolan Ryan on the mound anymore either. That's true. That's true. But again, like if you charge the mound, you're out for what, 10 games? So okay, and then should MLB shut down midseason so players can participate in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles? So this is really interesting. Guys are like, I don't freaking know. Those said yes. Depends on how serious every country would take it. If the Dominican field is a good roster in Venezuela, it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I like this. It's like WBC. As long as everyone commits to it, I think it'd be awesome. It is the Olympics. You'd only have so many times to participate. True. I think it would be a blast. Guys would love to play. If the players aren't affected with pay, guys seeing themes? I am. All about representing your country. If you can somehow get a full season, then I'm on board with it. If there's a way to get rid of the All-Star game that year, that would be pretty cool. True. If we just made it the All-Star break, that'd be awesome. Come back 3 days off, my timing shot. That's true, though. That's also true. So it's all about, like, you get rusty fast, man. You get rusty fast, so it would need to be scheduled really nicely and then probably be, in the United States, which injuries you go through roof. I don't think that's true. WBC's better anyway. Yeah, it's the WBC, just when everyone's in shape as opposed to in spring training. So. Or the player said he only slid headfirst because he had a vial of Coke in the back pocket in the field. Can you go look that up, please? Thank you. I want to know who said that. Okay, let's get down to analytics here. Let's wrap this up because this video is getting very long. Have analytics helped you in your career? Hurt your career? Made no difference to your career? 78.6% of people said helped. 3.2% said hurt. Can't wait to see what those things said. Okay. And then everyone's like, I don't know. Both helped and hurt. Definitely helped, but data's useful and information. There's value everywhere. You just gotta look. Look anywhere you can. I think it's helped. It depends on what analytics you're talking about. Player development or in-game situations. Player development for sure, 100%. With all the technology we have, player development is huge. Allowed the world to know I'm good at defense. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Analytics is the only reason I got signed again. Wasn't passing the eye test. I love these guys. Yeah, same. Those who said hurt, I'm not a power guy. I like to put in play. Analytics said you have to hit for power. No, analytics don't say you have to hit for power. That's your team uses analytics, and they only care about the power metrics. Those are different. Then look at metrics that you do care about. Like this is just you're looking at the wrong things. This isn't metrics. You're just looking at the wrong ones. That's on you, not the metrics. The less I know, the better. But what if stuff starts going wrong? Then what? I think when you don't look at that too much, you just truly let your instincts better because you can be aware of your body instead of looking for something to give you an answer. That is not what analytics are either, and finding the answer within itself, I think, is the most important thing. There have been times where it's kind of screwed me because I've been looking at numbers instead of just feeling it. So, hot take, guys, I'm sorry. People who don't like analytics don't know how to do it. That's it. That's what it comes down to. They just don't know how to do it. Have you ever seen or heard a player being put on the injured list when they haven't been injured enough to merit it? All the time. We're either going to option you to AAA because we need a fresh arm. We're going to put you on there to get you a big league time. That's real. 100%. That's 100% real. This is 100% real. 1,000%. Uh-oh. So remember, guys, a couple months ago, the thing about Billy Epler came out. He got suspended for doing this. This is the shit. This is the shit Billy Epler got suspended for. This shit. This shit right here. This shit. LOL just a few times. And also, I thought about keeping this a secret, but I'm not going to. The after I put out that video, the commissioner's office reached out and asked me if I wanted to comment on the claims that this is this is something that happens all around the game in the minor leagues and stuff. And I laughed. I genuinely laughed. And then that was it. Like, hey, would you like to comment on the comments you made about manipulating the IL? I go, no. And then that was it. That was it. Couldn't help it. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. So this happens. I've seen it in the minors. That's all I'm going to say. So this is a yes. No one has ever been like, I'm completely fine. They put him on the IL. True. That's technically true. But if they do that, they're getting sent down. So if it's between being on the IL in the big leagues or being in the AAA and healthy, guys choose being on the IL in the big leagues. I've had my suspicions, but I don't know. These are all cop-out answers. That should have been 100%. Was the Dodgers off-season spending good for the game? 91%. I agree. It's good for baseball. Any team could have done it. Love that. Should be the mark for all owners. Love that. I want to say good, but not good. Okay, I don't think it was. I think other teams should be able to spend like that. I feel like Dodgers are always a team that can get all the best players in the world. We'll have a documentary about it in the next few years, but the deferred money, I don't agree with. That's true. It is a loophole to get the best players. But deferred money also hurts the player, so why would they ever take it? They're taking pay cuts. Yeah, are you guys seeing a theme? It seems like you're seeing a theme. Are you in favor opposed to MLB adopting the salary cap in the floor system? Opposed, 71%. Thank God. I was super worried about this. Floor, no cap. These people don't understand how salary caps work, because you can't have a floor without a cap. They don't exist. And then in favor, idiot. No offense. No offense to those guys, but they're all idiots. I think the no cap is what makes baseball unique. True. Rules sometimes spend money on guys who aren't worth it. What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know about that one. There's kind of already a floor with the league minimum. If you pay 26 guys the minimum, that's the floor. True. That's very true. Those in favor. I'm in favor of it. You can raise team spending a lot. And of course, if you can raise team spending, and of course you have to have a cap, I'm for it. I think it'll help mid-level players. Maybe it would help. Maybe. But unfortunately, owners are pretty good at not paying. Why do so many of the City Connect unis look terrible? I don't know. Ask Nike. It would help even playing field. It wouldn't. Because there are teams that's the thing. Having a floor, it just wouldn't. It would basically, what would happen is we'd have a bunch of people at the minimum, and then we'd have the top teams at the top, and then there's just less money being paid for all of the players total. So basically what would happen is these massive contracts would all get smaller, and then all the other contracts would stay the same. That's a net negative for the players. Wow, what a poll day, man. What a poll. Generally good. There was one weird one, the season not being long or being too long. That one was it was wrong. I'm right, they're wrong. And that's what happens, because you know what? I am an ex-player, and that's how it works. I get to say things are wrong and then not back any of it up. Oh, and that was the poll. That was our main subject for the day, and we spent an hour on it. Look at us. Look at us, chat. All right, let's get into some other fun stuff. We're going to go a little bit long today. I'm realizing 2 hours is not long enough, so we're going to keep going. We are going to keep going. Right now, though, we're going to take a short break and look at chat. What do we got, chat? Do we have any questions I missed? We had a question I wrote down in here, right? No. Oh, why did City Connect unis look terrible? Yeah. I don't know. They went with the Legion ball. They went with like high school summer ball. I don't know why we're doing that. Ooh. I'm Trevor May. Why are you next player now? You just get tired of MLB and want to do something different? Yes. That is exactly why. Yes. I also really like doing this. This is all very interesting to me, like how this is working. I'm having a really good time. I like hanging out with you guys. I want to give you cool stuff. I want to give you cool, insights and stuff into things. So I love it. I love it. All right. Now, you want a teaching moment, guys? We can do a teaching moment. You guys want a teaching moment? Let's do a teaching moment. I got a good teaching. That's a thing. Favorite stadium to play at, home away. My favorite home stadium was Citi Field, followed by Target Field. And then my favorite away stadium was US Cellular, and then Fenway. Probably. All right. Let's talk. Today's teaching moment won't take long, trust me. Let's talk about Paul Skeen's warm-up routine. Oakland is up there. Oakland is up there. I really do like Oakland. All right. Paul Skeens does some weird stuff, and people are always like, what the heck? So right here, he's walking. Okay, so first of all, like, first thing we need to notice here, look how confident this walk is. Sup. A sup. One more time. Yeah. A yaw. A yaw. Like, that guy is going somewhere, and he is going somewhere with authority. So he starts with throwing the football. Now I want you to notice something about his football throws, guys. So this is interesting about guys who throw the football. Guys who throw the football are trying to develop a shorter arm path. Okay? Once again, guys who throw a football are trying to feel a shorter arm. They're trying not to get fully extended back here. I used to do this. They're trying to go here. So for whatever reason, they get too far in extension here. They're causing front shoulder. Like, for example, Kyle Gibson was having front shoulder problems because he was, like, extending too far back. They developed it in. You're going to see something else that also works on this. But he does this in order to shorten his arm path and feel it. And then there's a little bit extra weight on the football as well, which allows you're warming your shoulder up in a solid way. And then it's a football. So it's fun. Like, you get to throw a football. Throwing football is fun. So he does all those things. So he is trying to do that by throwing his football. He's trying to get his arm path going. If you notice, he's got that short cock position and gets to it. And then watch when he throws a baseball. It is longer, but he never fully extends back. It's always bent. Notice that? So instead of being here, he's going here. That allows him to be on position. That's probably gives him a lot more power. And this is probably Wes Johnson probably has some reason for this because, surprise, Wes Johnson was the pitching coach for LSU when he was there. Surprise, Wes Johnson again. Crazy, he shows up again. Was it common for tears in rotator cuff to happen? Yes. Rotator cuff tears were way more common. Now, rotator cuffs are very rarely operated on. It's labrum, if anything. Okay? Okay, and then we have our reverse throws. A lot of people do those. This is just to get your rotational. Basically, you're doing two things. You're warming up the back of your shoulder. So that's a 2 kilogram ball, a green ball. I used to throw that too. And you're warming up your shoulder, and you're doing anti-rotation. So you're warming up your rotation, and you're kind of like you're training your hip shoulder separation. So watch his front hip. Like he's in throwing position, and his front shoulder is going out while his back shoulder goes back. So this shoulder goes this way, this shoulder goes this way. Boom. Boom. This is hip shoulder separation. You're getting your range out and you're building it within strength, and you're having to generate, you're trying to generate power backwards so you can generate power forwards. So he's warming that up. I did backwards throws too. A lot of people do them. Another guy does it as Mason Miller. So you always wonder why quarterbacks don't get Tommy John as much. That's exactly why. Yes, that and the their valgus force, so they don't go. They throw more shoulders, so they have shoulder issues more than they have elbow issues. And then we have the water bag, which this has water in it, by the way. Anyone who's wondering, so there's like a couple inches of water in the bottom of this bag, and that water sloshes around to kind of throw you off of your power or your motion. And then he goes through his motions. And what this does is warms up his, see how he's warming up his coil, but also he's using his core to move his body, not his arms or his back. When you're here and you're like this, you have to only use your trunk. And that was another big thing for Wes Johnson, is you could have great lower body and great upper body, but if your core was weak, you would be all out of whack. Basically, your upper body would just follow your legs. Like your core you would just skip your core in your chain. This wakes up the core. He's a really strong core, and that's how he throws 100 every pitch. Let's watch it again. And he does this before he warms up every time. I think he awkwardly does it the other side. Yeah, it's really hard to do. I do these too. This is all going to be in the throw 100 video. I did all this stuff. Again, he's practicing his load. This is supposed to, like, you're getting your hands out of the way and you're supposed to warm up your core. Again, the same thing. Now, I used to go up and over like this because I needed to get down the mound. He needs to get rotational because he's lower than I was. I was more here. He was more here. But, like, that's just naturally how we built power. So, like, you would just adjust that. So you just want to get wherever finishing feels good to you. You put a band above your head and you do that. The hard version of this is you take that water bag and you hold that above your head. That's what I was doing at the end of my career. Boom, boom, boom. And I don't know if he has the connection ball here. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. So there's another one where when he starts throwing like this off the mound, warming up, he puts a ball here and pins it under his armpit. And when he throws, he just lets the ball kind of go. And that's another thing to keep his arm short. So he wants to make sure if he's getting long, that's probably when he gets erratic. So he wants to stay short. And then you get this shit. Yeah. And that's Paul Skeens' routine. That is why he does the things that he does. Remember, go check out. It's going to be out in probably the next week or so. The how to throw 100 video, and a lot of the things you just saw are going to be covered because I also did them. I did different variations, and I actually kind of adjusted them to be more for me over time. But yeah, that's what that video is going to be about. And honestly, I have this video and I reference it. So that was your teaching moment. All right. Dodger City Connects is dropped. Ooh. Should I look it up? Dodgers City Connect. Are they both? Oh, these. Ooh. Actually, kind of like that hat. Oh, I think I like this colorway a lot. Okay, so let's. First thing. I mean that's whatever. I like that pattern. I like the sprinkle. I like the off-white. I do. And I actually kind of like the cuff. I hate this. I hate this writing. I really like the pattern. I don't know why they're doing this block letter like thing. Yeah, it looks like the Chargers font. It does. You like the funfetti? I do like the funfetti. Yeah, I do. Because I think that the cleat combinations we're gonna get for this are gonna be sick. I don't know, but I like that aesthetic. I don't know why I like the funfetti. I just do. It just looks super comfortable. Don't they usually have cursive? Yeah. I think they should have done something in that realm, or like done more of a Spanish influence. I mean, I know they have Los Dodgers. Never mind. What else is very? Maybe they could have done a Hollywood kind of theme with the writing. That'd been cool. Oh, 05? Oh, why'd they put a 0? Oh, because it probably looks freaking terrible with just the 5. Oh, I bet you it looks really terrible with just this little part here. Oh my God. Oh, and also their names are at the bottom? Wait, these ones are big and these ones are small. What the hell? Which one's the real one? Wait. This is the small shitty writing. This is the big writing. What's happening? It's just because of the zeros. It's because these are the max width, and these are not. This one doesn't have a max width. Trust me, I know all about that from Photoshop. Yeah, dude, these are. I might get one of these. I might get one. I just like this just in general. I think this looks just cool. I like this a lot. Not the worst. I don't like the writing, but everything else not bad, honestly. And then that's silly. And if it's the small one, it looks terrible with the small writing. I love it ironically. Okay. Okay. Cool, dude. Super cool. All right. Oh, let's go check on the poll, guys. What did you guys say? What did we say? Who is gonna start the AL All-Star game? Who's it gonna be? And your winner, Gunnar Henderson. 65% of you guys think Gunnar Henderson will start the All-Star game. That's all I'm saying. If you don't like it, you should have voted. If you don't like it, you should have voted. Who starts for the L show? So we're going to ask one of these polls every single week, guys. Just keep an eye out for that. If you don't see it, it's because you're not in the Discord and you are dead to me. You are dead to me. You can go back and play for any team which won the Mariners. 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%, 10,000%, 7,000%. Yeah, there's 200 of you here, and we only got 22 votes. Look at you guys. Now we're trying. Oh, look at you trying to coming back right now. Look at you guys trying to come back. I probably should have talked about this a little bit more, but we got. I'm gonna do this so that you can't ruin it. All right, boom. Did we get any nasty pitches? With no new nasty pitches today? All right. Nastiest pitches of the week. We have these nasty pitches, guys. If you want to get more in there, this is nasty pitches from the last 7 days, or something you saw on social media. It actually doesn't have to be from the last 7 days, but I would prefer it if it were. Go throw that in there. We're gonna go over those at the end of the stream here in about 30-ish minutes. All right. You guys want to do some player breakdowns? Player breakdown time, huh? Okay. How about this? We'll do player breakdowns after this. I want to give you some time to give me some players. So, guys, we're going to do some quick player breakdowns. I have 2 that I want to do. We're going to check on David Fry. We're going to check on Camilo Duvall, but I need like 1 or 2 more. Start throwing some in the old chat right now. And while we wait, I want to do something we've never done here on the show. And that is play a little batter up. Now, I should be good at this. I did like 7 in a row with before I went on foul territory once, and 6 of the 7 guys were my teammates. Don't ruin it for me. I understand these are daily. Right-handed. Wait, do these have to be current players, by the way? I have no idea who this is. I want to say it's one of the Orioles guys I don't know. I'm just going to guess here. Jordan Westberg. Cool. That tells me nothing. It's not Austin Riley. Not big enough. No, not in the AL East. It's just so generic. Kyle. No shot. That was just a. So I historic historically I've noticed he has a very like a extremely generic there's no way. So I was like I'm just trying to think like I wanted to say like Austin Nola. So that's what happened. I was like Austin Nola maybe. It's probably a catcher because catchers have generic batting stances sometimes. I'm like maybe Yan Gomes. And then I was like Austin Nola. I'm like, and then I remember something in the distant when he played for the Yankees. Like that's a generic batting stance. So I was like Austin Nola, Padres. I was like Higashioka maybe. And I just guessed because and it was also not the AL East. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's nuts. That is not. Oh, that is absolutely nutty. Wow. Okay. Let's want to archive some. Let's see what yesterday's was. I didn't do yesterday's either. This is easy. That's Kyle Tucker, 1,000%. No shit. It's Rojas. It's not Rojas either. Oh wait, AL West. What the fuck? Okay. AL. What does yellow mean again? Matching leagues. So it's an AL player. Is that Gunner? No. He's also 27. Oh, he's a right fielder. Ooh, how about you look at the stuff? An AL right fielder. Not Soto. Is this Santander? No, it's not AL East, dude. Not AL West either. So it's AL Central. It's not MJ Melendez. He's the left fielder. AL Central. Not Cap. Oh my god, this is hard. Who the hell plays right field in the White Sox? Who cares? It's not. It's not. Is it? It's not Benintendi. Tigers. Riley is Riley Green play right or center? Kerry Carpenter's an outfielder, isn't he? Boom! I did not. I thought he was a left fielder. That's why I didn't even think about him. I recognize this. I faced him last year. Wow, this is hard. This is way harder. Marcy, 50 months. Why guy? Thank you for your tier 1 as well. Oh, this is Luis Robert. That's easy. That one was really easy. Hey, do you know how I know that one? You know how I knew this one? By the way, I was there for that. Do you know how I knew that one? Because he's the only player I gave up multiple homers to in my career. That's how I know. Mongo, that too. I thought we were talking DH. All right. So great job, guys. Thanks for your help. Man, I'm blown away by Higashioka. That was crazy. That was crazy. I cannot believe I did that. All right, let's go over some player breakdowns. You guys ready to play a breakdown? Let's break down some players. It's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. All right. Who we breaking down first? Who we breaking down first? Should I do you guys want to do David Fry? David Fry. Oh, by the way, big fan of Royce Lewis. Please, Royce, please just stay healthy. Please. David Fry. Where are my Guardians fans at? David Mother Heckin' Fry, dude, is doing it. He's doing it. He's above average in everything except for bat speed. Look at this guy. Look at this year. 8 homers, 314 with a 983 OPS. Are you shitting me? I didn't know it was like this, fam. Does he run bases? No. Does he play defense? A little bit. But is he creating runs with his bat? Uh-huh. Okay. So here's the things for hitters that are interesting. Expected WOBA is massive. How productive could you be? Top 12% in the league, pretty good. Also, walking at a 15% rate, that's nutty. So nutty. Top 2% league, that's pretty good. So he walks and he's doing damage. Check those 2 boxes. Solid. Average exit velo, that's okay. X slugging, pretty good. Above average. He's above average slugging. These things are all like, this could be sustainable. He doesn't chase. He doesn't swing and miss a ton. And he's not striking out a ton either. Top 26% in the league in strikeouts. Top 2% in the league in walks. And he's swinging at the pitches that he can handle the most and not getting beat by being an idiot. That's very good for sustainability. He's only played 2 seasons, so this could very, very, very easily. I mean, hitting 735 OPS last year too is pretty good. Like, this actually wasn't that bad of a year. He only got 100 ABs, but that's a pretty solid showing for your first 100 ABs. Henderson's leading the whip by 200K votes. Unfortunately, yeah, that's probably going to happen. In terms of pitch percentage, he's getting a ton of fastballs, and how's he hitting them? Hard as hell. So here's an adjustment that you guys want to pay attention on David Fry. What are they throwing instead of fastballs? Where does that adjustment go? Right now, though, slider doesn't look like it's a very good option at all. Slider doesn't look like it's a very good option at all. So he's hitting sliders, hitting fastballs. That's good too. I think this is very projectable. Because I don't see a pitch here. Oops, sorry. I don't see a pitch here that I could go to. 19% whiff and 20% whiff. Those are not good numbers for me. I would probably give the changeup an opportunity because he's only hit singles on it and he whiffs it 32% of the time. So I might go right on right changes with him. Yeah, I might give up a single, but he's not going to hit it for damage. And that's what I'm trying to avoid with this guy right now because he's cooking. He is cooking. But 417 batting average, 417 slug, that means only singles on the changeup. Though he does have 6 hits. So, but he got 6 singles on right changeups this year. I'm probably going to go fastball changeup with him because he's hitting the slider so well. Try to locate the fastball, go to changeup in fastball counts. So that's what I try to do, but I don't know if it's going to work because the only thing that's giving him any fits is the cutter, and it's probably from lefties. And if the only thing you struggle with as a righty is a lefty cutter, you're going to be fine. Man, I would, if I would bet on him. I'd bet on this guy. I bet on him finishing very strong this year. This is really impressive. The K rate and the walk rate are very impressive. Very, very projectable. David Fry, I think he's going to continue doing well. Let's look him up real quick on Free Media. I want to know what his expected WOBA is, where it is. Yeah, he's crushing heaters up. Everyone throws heaters up, he's crushing them. You got to get the ball to the edge. I think you can beat him out there on the edge, but man, not a lot there, dude. That's crazy. Look where the slug is. Dude. So that's where I throw fastballs. This is where every righty throws him fastballs, and he's smoking them. So you gotta work sliders down here, and you gotta work changeups down here. That's all you got. That's all you got. And then you try to gas him up. This is crazy, man. Crazy. He's just hammering heaters up. So I think David Fry is going to finish. He's going to finish strong. 28-year-old, huh? Wow. Congratulations, man. Getting an opportunity. Osuna, you said? Let's look at Osuna real quick. Not Osuna, Ozuna. Marcel the Shell is smoking everything in the strike zone. The fact that he's hitting 322 is mind-boggling to me. Now, he has a weird thing. He's got BABIP. He's got a 558 BABIP here. That is maybe a tiny little grain of salt with the BABIP. That means he's getting a little bit lucky. And against lefty, he's got a 480 BABIP, which is crazy. But this consistency, 1,000 OPS from both sides, it's pretty crazy. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does not have an extra base hit off of a four-seam fastball. Yikes. But if I'm a fan of the Braves, this is pretty encouraging. Are you going to watch the game at Rickwood? 321 to left, 399 to left center, 393 to center, 392 to right center, and 332 down the line. Yeah, I'll check it out, 100%. I'll check it out. So that's projectable too. He just basically not chasing as much as he usually does, and he's hitting everything in the strike zone hard. He's just a big, strong boy. I don't know what adjustment he made this offseason, but it is interesting. He's like his walk percentage is like the highest it's ever been, 10%. He still strikes out 22% of the time, which could be a problem, and he'll probably regress a little bit, especially if he starts hitting it at people, but not a lot, man. I would bank on him hitting 300 for the year. Him being above 300 for the year. You said Austin Riley. Let's check out Austin Riley. How is Austin? Has he turned it around a little bit? Hello? So here's the thing, struggling with heaters up. So when you see a lot of red down here and not anything up here, because there's nothing thrown up at fastballs for the most part. You're going to see fastballs up here way more than any other pitch. There's nothing up here. He's struggling with it. Struggling against lefties of all things, which is weird. Really weird. Not slugging against lefties. I wonder why that is. Wonder if he's getting abused. Hold on. Let's go check out what Savant says then. I mean, he's okay. So I would still keep hope in Austin Riley, considering he's bat speed, barrel percent, hard hit percent, and average exit velo still top 15% of the league and all those things. And he's been still a solid defender. He just really struggled there in June. But you know, he's coming off injury. He's starting to pick it up a little bit more. Back up to 237. It's just this home run. This is I think he gave an interview and they were asking him, and he thinks he's between the fastball and the slider, to where he's not catching either one of them, but it seems like he's starting to catch them. If we go here, he's just getting crushed by the fastball, man. Fastball's up, not whiffing. He's between. He's whiffing the slider. He's trying not to swing it, miss at the slider, so he is popping up fastballs like crazy. That's what's happening right now. Because his whiff rate on his slider, he knows he's like, sliders are giving me fits. And because of that, because you're like, slider, fastballs beat you. That's what's happening. But when he gets close, when he gets more comfortable, like, I can get sliders, so I'm going to stay on the fastball and just catch the slider when it's not a fastball. That's when Austin Riley is the best. So just pay attention. If he starts hitting fastballs harder, like the exit velo on the fastball gets harder, the hard hit percent goes up. Like he's 55%. This is usually around 70 for him. Actually, no, it's 55% all the time. What the frick? Wait, the slugging. Oh, he always struggles on fastballs. What the frick? What? No. Only last year. So this is interesting. He struggled on these two last year as well. Really struggled with sliders last year. So what is it? Maybe the little nagging injuries, he slowed down just a little bit. Has his bat speed slowed down? I can't tell because they've only been doing it for this year. That I would pay attention to his bat speed. If his bat speed is changing over time. Because he's getting beat on fastballs more and more often. But if he gets to him, he's going to catch the sliders as a byproduct of getting the fastballs. You just got to speed it up. Thoughts on Royce Lewis? Let's check Royce real quick because I actually haven't checked his stats in a while. He is destroying the ball. Holy shit. Jesus. 390. 1,400 OPS. Now I get it, it's 48 Bs, but whoa. How many homers does he have? He has more homers than Austin Riley in 47 plate appearances. Royce, please stay healthy. For the love of all that is holy, please stay healthy, bro. Oh my God. Bat speed, 75. He's up there. Barrel percent, 22%. Yikes. And he's not whiffing. Dude, he's like the best hitter. Has he only played 81 total games? He still only has 300 ABs? This kid is good. He's got half a season under his belt now. This kid is good, man. He hit only at 200 bats, had 13 runs on fastballs. He's on pace for 46 homers and 135 RBIs, and he didn't play for the first 2 months. Okay. This is nuts, bro. Royce Lewis, pick him up. If you can get him, pick him up. All right, let's do JJ Bleday real quick. Then I got 2 quick other segments, then we're going to take off of the day. JJ, above average in a lot of things, and this is a big improvement over last year. So the thing with JJ was one thing, he had a big hole on changeups. He really struggled on changeups away, and he struggled on pitches away generally. And so he would thrive on that inner box, things that were yanked or pulled a little bit from righties. He could hit those hard, but overall, 254, solid, 800 OPS. 10 homers in that park, pretty good, man. He's an outfielder, probably not a natural center fielder, but he's a good outfielder. He's a little pull for power though. He's a little bit dead pull. He's not getting many fastball this year, and he's hitting the ball harder. So let's go look at the run values. Struggling on sliders overall, which okay. Changeup though, he's hitting the changeup a little bit better. So like this was the thing. Changeup struggled a lot, 37% whiff. Now this year on the changeup, more whiff, but hitting them harder. So he's juicing changeups a little bit more. Maybe his approach has changed and he's got better information on hitters. So he's selling out for changeups and getting those right a little bit more often. But his natural swing path doesn't allow him to hit a right on left changeup very very well consistently. So that has been better. Saw him play yesterday and failed to throw the ball in the stands twice. What? No way. How many home runs do you think Judge will hit? 63. 63. So JJ struggling with sliders a little bit. Maybe this is the trade-off. But historically, actually he's just not great on sliders ever. So if I'm pitching him, I'm throwing him a lot. But then again, this is righties and lefties. So I don't know how much this is from lefties. But depth is giving him a little bit of trouble, it seems. But he's hitting the changeup better. So that would explain why he's gotten a lot better. And he's working counts better too. K percent has plummeted. Walk percent has gone way up. These two things get you more pitches to hit, chat. More pitches to hit when these two things are good. So think about it that way. All right. Cool. Cool. JJ Mayday. Awesome. All right. Last couple things from me. Another new segment or new idea I had called Could They Close? Could they close? Could they close? I don't know. Could they close? That's going to be the jingle now. It's basically, can a reliever who isn't currently a closer, would they do a good job of being a closer? That is common, Jack. And Jack, now no pitchers are going to hit anymore. So now that stat doesn't even exist. So yeah, that's what happened. But I pitched in the AL and you only hit against the NL teams. So okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I have one guy. I'm going to start, Yanni or Diaz. There's a couple things we're going to go by. It's Yanni or Cano, not Diaz. What the hell? Okay, True Media's thing sucks. Yannier, sorry, not Yannier. So could Cano? I mean, he does close some, but would he project as a good closer? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go 20. The last 2 years where he's really broken out for 107 innings. This is a pretty big sample size. He's thrown 1,600 pitches. Right? Okay, and then I had the guys make me a new stat set where burned in with a tier 1 sub. Can I get some teammate ones in the chat? Teammate pitcher, teammate. Yeah, baby. So these guys, there's a couple things I look at. One, how do you react to a 3-0 count? So this is what closers do better. 3-0, they have such good stuff they can come back and get that guy out. So we don't want to see a bunch of 4-pitch walks. We don't want to see we want to see guys going 3-0 to 3-2, getting back in the account and trying to get that guy out. And then an inherited runner scored rate. We want this to be lower than 30. I think 37% is the average. His is 27%. So 27% inherited runner scored. If you don't know what inherited runners are, it means you come into the game, there's guys on base. How often do you leave those guys on base? Obviously, you come in, bases loaded, no outs. It's harder to strand those runners, and if you do it, it's more impressive. All of those go in the same bucket. He does it at 27% rate, which is pretty dang good. The 20% 3-2 count, 2 of 10. This is kind of a small sample size, but these two numbers are pretty good too. So basically, he battles when he gets behind and he's off. And when guys are on base and he comes in, he leaves them out there. Those are two great indicators of a closer. And then another thing we do is I want to see his statistical range in certain counts. Actually, it's over here. Not in certain counts, with people on base. So I go guys on second, guys on third, second and third. So I call these trouble, right? Just second. Where's second only? I do third only, second and third, and then loaded. So these are trouble situations. Okay. In trouble situations, he's thrown 20 innings where he's been in these situations. Good for an ERA of 4.79. It doesn't matter about that. I want to see the batting average again. Oh, this is the wrong one. Copy of traditional. Yeah. So they're hitting 218 against him in these situations. 300 BABIP. Pretty good. How many is he striking? Is he walking guys? Only 5 walks and 22 strikeouts. He's pretty dang good in these situations. 106 whip. So when his back's against the wall, they hit 218 against him, and he's got a 1 whip. Pretty good. He's the same guy in high pressure situations than he is with nobody on base. Also, great thing for a pitcher. Yanni Ercano, he can close, and he should. He's a great option for closing. Great option for closing. Now, just for fun, I just want to show you guys what made me think about this, and it's about me tooting my own horn, and I'm going to do it right now. So this was the 5 years of me basically being a full-time reliever. Oh, hold on. That's what I was going to do. We're going to go here. We're going to players. We are going to put all those same years in. So we're going to go 2019 to 2023. And we're going to go pitching. And we're going to go to inherited runners. Now, from 2019 to 2023, we need to go qualified. Appearances, you got to have at least 5 years. You got to have 250 appearances. So these are guys who are around all 5 years, basically. What the hell? Okay, appearances. Refresh. So basically, we're sorting for only guys with 250 appearances. I don't know why everything's selected right here. Let's see who had the best inherited runner scored rate in the major leagues over those 5 years. Wait. This isn't right. Oh, wait. I got to make him a reliever. That's one of, sorry. Pitcher role reliever. There's some starters in there. Oh my God. What the why does this look different than it did? There's something in here weird. This is really anticlimactic. Anywho, let's just go. I'm trying to toot my own horn and say it was me, but it's not showing up right. This is so I'm just gonna go show you. Okay. Go here. Oh, those are all there. Then we go here. Inherited runner score rate 16%. My bad. 16%. And 35% back to 3-2, and I only walked 4, pitch walk 33% of the time. I'm so good. I'm so good. Wait, you said click sort again? Anyway, I was third in baseball at that, or sorry, second in baseball over those 5 years. So, my bad. My bad. I only allowed 9 runners. Can we look at Mason Miller? Inherited runners? What do you want to look at for Mason? All right, let's do Nasty's pitches. It's time for the Nasty's pitches. We haven't got any new ones in here. We're gonna do them. Did you have 250 appearances? Yeah. Did. Maybe it was 200 appearances. Hold on. It might be 200. I think that's what actually it is. Dude, what the? Yeah, let's do 200. Yep. Oh, I'm second. Second behind Craig Kimbrell. Bet you didn't see that coming. Second behind Craig Kimbrell. So, you're welcome. Mets fans? Okay. I couldn't help it. Joe Jimenez, 44%. That's about right. Yeah, I noticed that when he was with the Tigers. So, yep, that's inherited runners is important for closers, and he's a closer right there. Anthony Bass, rest in peace, bro. All right, nasty pitches. Let's do it. I'm feeling like let's watch some nasty pitches. Anyone who doesn't know how this goes, we do nice for pretty good. We do meh for bad. Or we do L for good. All right. Here we go. Hey, Debbie. Love you too. Didn't we already do this one? This is a curveball, isn't it? Wait, do we only have one new one this week? Wow, did you guys F me? I think these we watched all of these. Yeah, it's Clay's to end the game. We only have one new one. He did repost these. He's supposed to go. This is the only one we have this week. So let me give you a Michael King. We only got one nasty's pitches. Oh my God. This shouldn't be legal. I don't know Clay, no. I don't know Clay, but if I did know him, I'd say change your walkout song. It sucks. Okay, so another really interesting thing to talk about. Now that was the nasty's pitch. I'm so glad this got in. Those two pitches were ridiculous. But a really quick little thing I can tell you here. So we got Pitching Ninja, right? And he usually posts a tunnel video, right? So we would be like, oh, they're tunneling. The pitches are tunneling. The pitches are tunneling. Actually, they diverge and then they cross. So this is called crossing, or as I call it, anti-tunneling. So Chris Bassett's one of these guys too. So there are guys who use tunnels, and then there are guys who use the opposite of a tunnel, to where guys who use tunnels want the ball to come out of the same place. Guys who want to do anti-tunnel want it to end at the same place. So you want the pitches to end together for the most part. And those guys are called, Shea Langoliers told me that the Braves call them X guys or cross guys, meaning they are crossing pitches in order to get them to come back. And then tunnel guys are going here and they're diverging at the end. Like that's two different versions of pitchers. Michael King, guys who throw sinkers and have a lot of horizontal movement tend to be X guys. Zach Eflin's an X guy. Bassett's an X guy, and King's an X guy. These guys are they do this stuff pretty regularly. And I'd say Clay Holmes is actually kind of an X guy, right? So guys who throw cutters and sinkers, honestly, Greg Maddux was both. He could exit and he could tunnel it. But they rely heavily on their X. So this guy's an X guy. It's very interesting. Pitching Ninja put this out there because usually he's a big tunnel person. But that was a prime example of an anti-tunnel. Isn't that interesting? Barrios is an X guy. Yeah, he's somewhere in between, Brett. But yeah, he's not a carry guy. I'd say he's more of an X guy. Can you bounce the ball to the plate? That's what I would do. People try. Was Trevor ever hit by a ball? I was. I got hit in the elbow. The opposite of tunneling is mountaining. Yes. Gross. Grody. Big fan. We got a new one here? Ooh, Yanier. Yanier? Yainer. It's not Yainer either. Is this Guerra? Steolis? Wait, whoa. That's just nasty. Is that changeup? I'll give that a nice. Albert Suarez. That's a great pitch. If you can throw changeups down and away, see, he was calling it down and away, so he must have a bunch of arm side run, probably seam shifted. And also, shout out to McCann on the targeting there. That was a very, very good catching. Also, very good catching. I give that a nice. You got to sneeze. Dad, did you hear that? All right. Very gross. Very icky, very gross. How many baseballs? I give it a nice. I give it a nice. Good one. Thank you. Thank you. Felt good. Felt good. All right, guys. We didn't get to buy and sell this week. It's okay, buy and sell. I think buy and sell is going to be like an every other week situation if we don't have a main subject for the day. Our main subject was going through that poll because it was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Let's all do a little thing together. Let's all go and type !point Discord and then click on that link and then join the goddamn Discord channel. And also turn on alerts so you know when I ask you to do stuff. Please. Also like the YouTube, if you guys are here and the YouTube channel, every like on that channel, every like on this live is very helpful. I appreciate it. If you could hit the little like button and subscribe, you'll check it out. We got lots of videos coming out. We'll have videos from this coming out throughout the week. I have 2 videos that are currently going right now. One is a fun one. One is a baseball video about how I learned to throw hard. I have another channel with 2 videos that I'm working on. So there's like all kinds of shit going on. So I love it. I'm having such a good time with this. I think this was one of the best ideas I've ever had of doing a live show. But if you join the Discord, pay attention because I'm doing polls and I'm probably going to make just a channel for polls and I'll like notify everyone every time those things go up. We also have questions of the week. We also have forum polls. We also have a forum where other people are posting their questions. We have it's kind of like a subreddit. And I would love to have all you guys there. If you don't have Discord, it's free. It's easy to use. You make an account. There's all kinds of fun stuff we do in there. And if you like video games, you can also participate in that side of things too. So I really do appreciate it. I love all you guys. Also, if you guys like gummy candy, and I hate to do this, but Focus Fuel just came out with sour apple. These are I'm going to have one, actually. These are incredible. They're little lightning bolts. They're so good. This is a caffeinated gummy. That was 50 milligrams. I just need 50. We're good. And if you go to thefocusfuel.com/baseball, get 10% off with my code baseball. Use code baseball for 10% off your order. If you like candy, if you're a candy fan and you don't like drinking like sugar energy drinks and stuff, there's only 2 grams of sugar. So good. There's only 1 gram of sugar per piece. So, but if you get addicted to candy, I would say try to chill because they can give you a stomachache real quick. Who suggested Opera browser? YouTube. I like the ad blocking and stuff. I really enjoy it. I'm a big fan. But yeah, that was our show. If you need me, please call me. What? Check out sub to the channel on YouTube. Even people on Twitch, make sure you're subbed over there because I'm doing all kinds of fun stuff behind the scenes. I might be moving into my studio this week. Next Monday we probably won't have it from there, but the Monday after that, there's a chance we might do the first show from my office studio. I'm renting a place out. We're gonna build it out. It's gonna be really cool. Kind of a fantasy factory situation. There's gonna be a video covering that. So just follow me on Twitter. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. My TikTok's been going crazy. We're putting out all kinds of videos. So make sure you're subbed to all that stuff or following all that stuff. And the Discord, best place for you to get a hold of me. If you guys have news and things you would want me to talk about, throw it in there. Go throw it in the channel. Go throw it in the news channel. All that kind of stuff. I'm reading that stuff. I'm looking around and seeing what you guys want to hear. And Discord is the best way for you to give me subjects to talk about. So if you have a question, you're like, oh man, that would be great for me to talk about on the show. Go Discord, let us know, all right? And I'm keeping track of it. I have a document over here that I'm putting everything in. Yeah, do the polls. And pretty soon, we got some new stuff working. I am currently designing some merch, some Mayday related merch, some baseball related merch, some really simple stuff. I want it to be affordable. I want it to be things that you can wear out and about, wear at baseball practice, put on your bag, whatever. So, but I think our poll ended up coming up with Gunnar starting, but I think Bobby Witt. In my opinion, I think Bobby Witt should start the All-Star game. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with that. All right, I love you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time for Mayday Monday. You're all so cute. You're all the best. And I wish I hope you just have the best freaking day. I hope you have the best freaking day.